What's up, you guys? This is Dcollins with the Diversion Center, here to help you guys start your court mandated private practice. You can reach me at dcollins at thediversioncenter.com, and you can look us up at thediversioncenter.com to, you know, for all your court mandated needs and all that stuff. So let's get on with the video. I'm here to help you guys get past fear. When I first started this business 12 years ago, something like that, 12 years ago, I was scared to death. I was super scared. I didn't know what to do. As a matter of fact, I didn't have any money. I know you guys hear that story all the time. Oh, I didn't have any money when I started all that BS. Sometimes I think they make that stuff up. But anyway, I didn't have any money for real. I was getting unemployment, and it had dwindled to like I think $100 a week or something like that. Because when you first get unemployment, it's like at 360, 330, or and it just goes down and down after you're on it for a while. And I was running out of money, and I was working for DUI schools after I had got off of unemployment, and because it literally had dwindled down to nothing. So I had to work at some DUI schools teaching defensive driving classes and DUI school classes, which was great, which gave me a lot of experience. But I was spending my entire weekends in DUI school teaching classes. So my Friday, Saturday, and Sundays were gone, which is fine because I made money to pay my rent and cover my bills. So that was awesome. But I basically had to do what I had to do. I had to hustle, scrape to make things happen. And then I started my first office. I opened my first office at a what's it called? Um, oh God, what's the name of it? Co-working space. I opened my first office at a co-working space in Duluth, Georgia, and they let me use that office for like $99 a month, um, or that space, I should say, for $99 a month. I had a table, a chair, and then as I made more money, I was able to upgrade and get a private office within this co-working space, and then I eventually moved out of there and grew and grew. So one of the ways I did that is that I got focused. I got focused on doing the work every single day because I didn't have a mentor, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was basically slow for a lot for a lot of those days. A lot of those days. So I was on the internet figuring out ways every single day, trying to figure out ways to drum up business. How can I get people in the doors? And that was a blessing in disguise because while I was slow, I was also learning. I was learning about marketing and online marketing. I was learning about niching up. I was learning about doing millionaire math. And those are one of the things I want you guys to consider. Some of you guys are way better off than what I was, and you guys are starting from a better place. Some of you guys have jobs. Some of you guys might even be in private practice right now, and you're just looking for a way to, drum up business and make people call your phones and get in for your services. So, because I was just trying to figure things out, um, I was able to focus and learn as much as I can learn. I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of time, more importantly, because I really didn't have much money at the time. But I lost a lot of time. But from that, I was able to learn these secrets that helped me get to the next level. And that's what I want to share with you guys. So it may seem general, but I guarantee you that this stuff works if you implement it. All right. You have to implement it. You can't be a person that just watches this video and then sits on your hands and don't take action. The people that make money are those that take action. So I need you to take action. So number one, if you're a therapist, counselor, I want you to get a profile on psychology today. Okay. Very important to get a profile on psychology today. I think it's like $29 a month, and you're going to advertise your services. Okay. There's a group section in the Psychology Today portal, and you want to advertise the groups that you offer there. Very important. Be very specific. See, one of the things that gets a lot of people in trouble, they want to do everything. They want to be a coach. They want to be a therapist. They want to be marriage and family therapy. They want to do evaluations. They want to do individual counseling. They want to do group counseling. You need to be very specific on what you want to do. Okay, you can't be doing all a whole bunch of stuff. You need to be very, very specific. So with me, I'm the court mandated guy. So if you need anything court mandated, I'm going to do it for you. There's only a couple things that I do not do that's regards to court mandated counseling and classes, and that's DUI school and that's defensive driving school. You might be wondering why, Derek. Why don't you do that? It's because the state takes too much money and it takes too much time. And one thing that I value is time and money. Every state is not like that, but right now in Georgia, they want too much money and they want too much of my time to provide that service, so I choose not to offer that service. That's the only reason why I don't do it. Can I delegate that service to an employee? Yes, I can. There's things that I can do, but I've been doing it this way for 12 years. It's been smooth, but I choose not to engage. And that's what you guys have to think about. You have to do things that serve you, okay? Don't just take anything that's offered to you. Right now, there's a contract that I'm looking at right now to provide court mandated classes to juveniles. But that contract is not going to serve me, so therefore I'm not going to, you know, apply or submit a bid for that contract. So you have to do things that serve you. It has to make sense. It has to make financial sense. It has to make sense of your time. Very important that you respect your time because you hear about people getting burnt out so much, and I don't want that to happen to you. Burnout is real. I've seen people work in this field gain a ton of weight. Shit, I've gained a ton of weight working in this field, and I'm in the process of getting down and losing it all because all you do is sit down all day. Especially now that things have changed and went to virtual, I really don't stand up or even walk as much as I used to and do the exercises that we used to do in our office. I do everything on Zoom, so I'm sitting down talking all day and doing evaluations all day. So that is something I really want you guys to think about. Um, make sure that it serves you. It has to serve you. Very, very, very important. So I was talking about psychology today. So psychology today, you want to make sure that your profile is there and you have a video, you have a picture of yourself, a video of yourself introducing yourself, and basically letting people know, hey, this is what I do. Okay. So if they're coming to you for court services or court mandated services, have those services listed on there. In my opinion, you want to just strictly focus on that. That's my opinion because that's what I've been doing and that's what's worked for me. You want to focus on that because a lot of people don't do this work. And unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately, a lot of people don't answer their phones. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So you want to make sure that you're advertising, you're letting people know, hey, this is what I do. This is all I do. This is our focus. And your website needs to be a reflection of that as well. Okay. Um, you you can you want to make sure that your how do I say your imprint is on uh, Google. People need to know that they can find you. So your imprint needs to be on Google and different search engines to let people know that hey, I'm in business and I'm ready to make some things happen. Okay, you guys call me, and I'm able to provide your services, whether it be court mandated services or court mandated evaluations, classes, you name it, drug testing, I'm here to serve you. All right. That is very important. Okay. You need to let people know. I know it may sound basic. It's like, duh, Derek, yeah, that's what I need to do. But yeah, a lot of people don't do it. They're doing all these different things and they're all over the place and they're wondering why they can't get consistent business. You need to dial in and get focused and decide, okay, this is all I'm going to do. Okay, and focus on that because it has to make sense. All of my decisions are based off if it makes sense for me or not. Does it take a lot of my time? Uh, does it take a lot of my money? Right now in my life, time is more important than money. So if it takes a lot of my time and it doesn't bring me value, I'm not going to do it. So I do things that don't take a lot of my time, that bring a lot of value to me. So that's my measurement. Don't take a lot of time that brings a lot of value to me. You want to make sure um, that you leverage your resources so you can get more time, because spending time with my family, my children, is the most important to me. I want to have free time, I want to have flexibility, and I want to have freedom. That's why, even though the pandemic is over, I do everything on Zoom. You know, I can have people come into my office and do physical classes and stuff like that, but I don't do that no more because it makes more sense for me, time wise and financial wise, to do everything on Zoom. Now, can you do live classes in your office? Absolutely. There's no one stopping you. This is just my personal choice because it works for me. I make more money. I still deliver the same amount of value to my clients, and you know, they still come in to do their drug tests. They still come in to pick up their workbooks, so they're able to come in and see me. I'm still at the office working. I'm at the office right now working, but at the same time, um, it's a better system for me. Um, Collecting money is easier, uh, and that's what's important as well, guys. You have to have a system. But before I get into that, because I can just go all these down these different rabbit holes, I want to stay focused on what I'm talking about. Your marketing is important. You have to be found. If they can't find you, if they don't know you, they cannot flow you. So it's very important that you're being able to be found on the internet, okay, and not jumping all over the place on what you serve and what kind of things that you guys offer, because when you get started, you're tempted to be like, oh, I want to start with all these different people and provide all these different services. And you're running yourself thin and you're not really getting focused and you're just not really serving yourself. So I want you guys to focus on how do I say, the high end services that you offer, because you want to do the math. You know, me personally, a lot of my focus is on evaluations. Back in the day, I used to teach. I don't teach a lot like I used to. I used to do a lot of facilitation groups. I don't do that as much anymore. My focus is evaluations because I do them fairly well. I'm really efficient at them. I do them in a decent amount of time, and they pay me the most money. So that's why my focus is evaluations. When I have evaluations between, uh, let's say, between 200 and let's say $500, I do a couple of those a day. I'm sitting pretty, as opposed to focusing on teaching classes and maybe doing one-on-one counseling sessions. Um, it's very rare that you'll find me doing a one-on-one counseling session with someone, because I know that I can make more money doing evaluations. Okay, so that is an option for some of you that are watching this video. I mean, I remember a guy when I first started, he was advertising $300 evals, and this was back in 2000. Was this back in 2000? I want to say this is 2010, 2010, something like that. 2010, some around there. He's advertising $300 evals, and I thought that was crazy back then. I thought it was nuts. But then I was like, oh man, this makes sense, because I mean, if he does one eval a day, he's good. He did the math. He did the millionaire math. He decided, I'm gonna charge $300 for evals. I'm getting referrals from attorneys, and if I do one a day, that's 100 grand a year. He's good. He does one $300 eval a day, so 5 evals a week. He's five, six, 7 evals a week. He's sitting at 100 grand. he has the rest of his day to do what he wants to do. He works for himself, doesn't have overhead, and especially now, it's even 10 times better now because you have Zoom, so you don't necessarily need an office, you know. Right now, you can get a co-working space or office. Office, I tell people all the time, office space is one of the cheapest things you can get. You know, a lot of people think that offices are expensive. No, they're not. Like if I ever got into a financial situation, I would move me and my family into my office because office space is super cheap, compared to what I pay in a mortgage or apartment. Office space. I mean, you get an office for $200. You get an office for $300 a month. You know, there are offices out there that the office I'm in right now. You know, um, I don't pay over $1,000 for the office that I'm in right now, and it's a big office. You know, I could have beds and furniture, all kinds. Well, I mean, I have furniture in here now, but I got beds and all kinds of stuff in this office, and it's a decent sized office and has everything that I need. So what I'm getting at is that if you're doing shoot, $300 a day and you're not paying someone to answer the phones and you're answering the phones yourself and you're doing everything on Zoom, you're living pretty well. Matter of fact, you can do this from out of the country. You can work out of the country, you can work out of town, you can be flexible. Like the rest of your day is for you, especially if you know how to market yourselves. Very, very, very. If I would have known this back then, I did, but I didn't know to the extent that I know it now. Man, my whole business model would have been totally different because the flexibility to be able to maneuver and travel for me is not making a whole bunch of money as as important as having time. And as a father now, I'm a father of four. Time is just so important to me. Like making a whole bunch of money is cool, but time with my children, I can turn down money. I can walk away from money because I want my time with my children, and that's what's important to me. So I want you guys to really think about that. What are the things that are important to you? Is it a whole bunch of money right now? Because at one time it was for me, a whole bunch of money was important, but now time is important. That's what's important for me. So that's why I want you guys to consider the things that I'm talking about because you have to measure like, okay, do I want to work all day? Some of you guys want to work a 4 hour a day and go home. That's great. And not have to type up a whole bunch of notes, And don't get me started with like Chat GPT. Oh my God. You throw that in the mix and it's like, oh man, your life is a whole lot easier. So um, you have to think about your time. What are you willing to sacrifice? And what are you willing to do? Like, for example, are you willing to do a evaluation that pays you, I don't know, let's say $200 or teach an anger management class, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can have 25, let's say you have 10 people. If you have 10 people in your anger management class, the class is about an hour and a half. 25 times 10, that's $250. So you made $250 for that hour. That's great. But then what about the next hour? What about the next hour after that? And that's why I tell people to get specialized in evaluations because if you're doing alcohol and drug evaluations for court probation or for employer mandates or for custody cases. And by the way, there's all kinds of different evaluations out there. There's vocational evaluations that if you do those, they pay around $2,000 to $3,000 a pop. Don't ask me how to do those because I don't do those. There's mental health evaluations. There's substance abuse evaluations. There's anger management evaluations. There's domestic violence evaluations. There's sexual misconduct evaluations. There's all kinds of different evaluations out there. that you can do if you have the expertise or the licenses to do so. And if you've been trained, so if you don't be intimidated by evaluations, just go get trained. Find someone to train you that will show you how to do them. Pay to follow someone. Pay for mentorships. Look, you cannot be afraid to pay to get the help that you need. If you want to go to the next level, because in business, you're going to have to work that muscle of paying people. And, this is a highly competitive field. And some people, if you offer to pay them, they still won't teach you because they feel like you're going to take some business from them. So you're going to have to do your research. You're going to go on YouTube. You're going to have to reach out to people and get a whole bunch of no's, and then one day you might find a yes, or find a training program that specializes in training people how to do evaluations, and they are out there. You just got to do a little research and look them up. And if you don't know how to do evaluations, and if you're LPC, LCSW, CADC, you can get that training. You can reach out to someone and or reach out to me. There are training videos available on YouTube right now that will show you how to do an evaluation. They're just super long. They're 3 to 4 hours long. If you're willing to sit through it and learn how to do it, you can learn how to do an evaluation. Okay? There's nothing stopping you in this day and age because the information is out there. It's on the internet, it's on YouTube, it's on Google. Um, you just have to invest your time and money to learn how to do that. But that's what you want to consider because when I first started, I was like, man, I'm going to teach all the groups, I'm going to do all of the evaluations. And I was young and I was dumb. And I was greedy and I didn't want to have a whole bunch of employees and all that. But then um, greed took over, and I decided to open all these different offices at all these different locations. And I was going to be that person that works here, there, everywhere. And I was all over the city doing evaluations and classes. And that is cool when you're young, but when you get older, it gets old. And you're like, you know what? There has to be a better way. So one of the best ways is to niche up, niche yourself. I provide trainings. I I coach people. I consult with other therapists, um, and I just do evaluations. That's just my focus. I just do evaluations. That's my thing. I'm the evaluation guy. I do evaluations. Um, I teach a domestic violence group twice a week, and that's pretty much it. I'm the evaluation, and I teach domestic violence twice a week. That's it. And I live well, and I do some coaching and consulting here and there um, when I, uh, feel like doing it, and then that's about it. You know, and I can do this from anywhere, guys, and you can too. You can do it as well. I'm not the only one that can do it. You can do this from. You can be in you can be in Singapore. You can be in France. You can be in Brazil. You can be in Colombia. I remember I was doing a training event one time, and I was showing people uh, how I was doing an eval from where was I? I think I was in Punta Cana or I was in Cartagena. I can't remember. I was in one of those countries, one of those cities, and you can do this stuff from anywhere. As long as you have a good Wi-Fi, internet, laptop, VPN, you're good to go. All right. What else? You want to advertise? Man, I saw a guy. He took my advice. Obviously, I think he watched one of my videos. I'm not sure if he watched one of my videos or not. But you guys will be surprised how much business you can draw up if you get street signs. Um, when I first started my business, I didn't know anything about the internet marketing online. So I put street signs out. I was putting street signs out, advertising my anger management classes on the side of the highway in front of Walmart. And of course, they would get picked up and thrown away by whoever. I don't know who picked them up, but man, people were calling me. I put them in high traffic areas, and those street signs only cost like 99 cents a piece. I would go to like signs.com or something. I forget where I went, but you go on Google, type in, yard signs, and they sell them for like 99 cents. You can put whatever you want on them. You put your message on them and your phone number. And I make it short and sweet and to the point. Anger management, phone number. That's it. Or alcohol and drug evaluations, phone number. And that's what you want to do. You want to advertise your high ticket items. See, if I was smart back then, um, I'd have did alcohol and drug evaluations and my phone number because my anger management classes were only like $20 at the time. Anger management was like at the time when I first started, it was like $20. So I would have to like get at least 10 people to make $200. But if I did an evaluation, I would need one person to get $200. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're doing the math. Does this make sense? If I was a counselor, man, I get so many calls for marriage and family counseling and couples counseling. If I was a marriage and family counselor, I would definitely do that. Put a sign out: marriage and family counseling, marriage counseling, and the phone number. Put that on high traffic areas, Walmart, Costco, freeway exits, and you know, watch your phone blow up because people out there are in need of that stuff. And look, guys, the people in our field are not bold enough to do that stuff. So if you're bold enough to do it, you're going to get the reward from it. Is my belief because I did it, and I got calls, and it worked for me. Don't put a whole bunch of stuff on it. Make it very simple and plain. You know, marriage and family counseling or marriage counseling and your phone number, or anger management and your phone number, alcohol and drug evaluations and your phone number, or substance abuse evaluations and your phone number, whatever that you think that's a need. Because a lot of people, number one, have anger management issues. A lot of people have marriage issues, and a lot of people have substance abuse issues. So you're going to get people that are going to call you that are not court mandated, that are going to need your services because they're going to be like, my wife told me to call you because if I didn't call you, she was going to leave me. So these are the things that you have to think about. I'm telling you guys will get, because it's not just about getting court mandated clients. You can get people that need your services that are not court mandated, okay? That need help, okay? Very important because you want to have multiple streams of income, but you also want to be focused. So me personally, I'm not qualified or licensed to provide marriage and family counseling. But um, if I was, um, that would be my focus, and I would focus on just that, you know, and be that guy that you come to for that, because and be super good at it. And that's the thing, guys. You have to be good. You can't just be someone that is offering services and you're not providing solutions. You're not providing breakthroughs and assistance. It's not just about providing a service. It's about providing a good service, a quality service, and that's how you get rich. If you want to know, if you're really good at what you do, um, that's how you get rich because you become known. Uh, Very important to be dependable. Very important to be reliable. Very important to be on time. Very important to be accurate. Yes, mistakes will be made. Hey, typos happen, but for the most part, try to be as accurate as possible. Proofread all your reports and documentation and evaluations that you type up, and you know The more you do it, the better you get. Like I used to tell my trainees that was training under me, I said, hey, they don't know that you don't know. When you first get started, you don't know. You're just scared. You're trying to figure stuff out. But confidence comes with doing. And after you do it over and over again, you'll know what you're doing. And also with mentorship, get yourself a mentor. Okay, get someone to mentor you, to coach you, to show you, what steps to take, what mistakes to make or not make, how to hire people, what to look for, what phone system to use, what um, uh, software to use for scheduling, um, what to say, what not to say, what trainings to go to, what trainings not to go to. Um, and just try to like really improve yourself. I try to go to stuff that I'm the like people ask me, Derek, what trainings do you go to? I go to stuff that where I'm the only therapist in the room. I'm the only counselor in the room. I'm trying to learn stuff that most of us are not trying to learn. There's only so much CBT trainings I can go to and motivational interviewing trainings that I can go to, and then stuff becomes redundant. I'm trying to learn how to take my business to the next level and work smarter, not harder. And there's some opportunities out there if you get under the right coaching or the right because it's all about information, guys. There's some stuff right now that's out there that other people are capitalizing on because you guys don't know. And if they let you guys know, then there's more competition for them. There's even certain things that I won't say on here right now because that's reserved for my coaching clients because I'm like, hey, that's insider information, you know, because they don't want that competition, you know. But there's a big payoff behind knowing certain information. But that's what, and then also sometimes people get the information and don't even do anything with it. That's another part. You get the information and don't even do anything with it, and that's a shame. But you have to be super hungry, super excited, and super committed to your success. Some people won't do it for themselves. I didn't do it for myself at first, but now that I'm a father, there's nothing I won't do for my children. So when I don't feel like getting up, when I feel like don't feel like doing the eval, when I feel like don't feel like doing the class, or when I don't feel like going to type something up that I need to submit a proposal for, or whatever, I don't know. I do it. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to do it anyway. You might be scared. You might feel like you don't have the money. Do it anyway. There's times where I'm scared. I don't feel like I have the money. Even to this day, there's times where I'm like, man, I gotta spend this. Like right now, I just like, man, I gotta order some more books. I just paid, I gotta drop 3 grand on some books. I'm like, man, I don't feel like spending 3 grand on no books. I have it, but just because I have it doesn't mean I want to spend it. It's like, man, but then I got to think about the payoff because how much am I going to make off that 3 grand that I just spent? So, Derek, stop crying because you're going to make a ton of money off of that. So, chill out. Go through a little bit of pain to get a whole lot of pleasure later. And that's what I want you guys to think about. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. I'm going to do more of these from time to time. And if you guys need help, with your court mandated business. I have a training program, an online training program that gives you everything you need to start your court mandated business. You name it, downloads of books, content, how to evaluation templates, how to market your program, coaching videos, you name it is there. It'll get you started. It's basically everything you need to start your court mandated business. It's called a business in the box program. In addition to that, I'm doing a coaching group. I think I'm gonna start doing that like once a month on the first Sunday of every month. We're gonna meet up and on Zoom and do a group coaching call. So if you want to sign up for that, that'll be a great opportunity for you to work with me and me directly answer your questions to help you get started with your program. And then what else? I think that's it for right now. Um, yeah, I got some things. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a live training anytime soon. I might do something, but I haven't done a live training in a while. But yeah, we might do something in the future. So be on the lookout. I hope this video has helped you. I appreciate you guys watching and spending time with me. And if you have any questions, reach out to me, Dcollins at thediversioncenter.com, Dcollins at THE.DIVERSION center.com. And then, yeah, you guys have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys later.